Hello everybody, welcome back to Wappelville. Welcome back to the lands of Camry as we continue with this unit of chariots. This is actually the third one here. These are from Highlands Miniatures. No, sorry, Mars Violet and Radiant Violet. we have them both. We got all the stuff there. And I'm just going to throw some of that on the horses, because reasons. So again, Ryan, great to see you. Yesterday I was working on the mural at the Landris. I sent you pictures of the mural, right? Yeah, I think I sent you some of those. Sorry about that. I think I was able to work about 9 hours on that thing yesterday. Obviously, still more that I'll have to do on that. Well, if I had been using the oils, it would have been done already. But I also, the biggest brush that I had was, well, yeah, here. I didn't even have a brush of that size. You saw how big that was? That was the biggest brush I had to work with. That was that was pretty crazy. Not quite what I was looking for here. Let me get a little bit of the Mars yellow in there, because I guess it's going to be a Mars day today. Not saying, I'm just saying. Going to start to get that looking a little bit more towards the yellow. A little bit away from that mystery violet there. I was just about to paint some Rohan. You know, a Landrest. Well, I was tempted to paint a Rohan symbol on here just to see who would get it. I may still have to do that. So, Ryan, I hope that you're doing well. You know, I'm just going to use this. I got Brilliant Yellow Pale out here. Well, when is the last time I had a chance to use that on stream? Obviously, I'll be using it some more. No problem there, Landrast. No problem. And again, sorry about the game. Sorry about the MetaZoo thing there. Geez, Landrast, I know you can't really pay attention, but just remind me to shoot M-Telways a message, just to kind of a hey, how you doing sort of a thing. Just to make sure that he doesn't feel too isolated and stuff. Try and keep up the spirits there and such. Hey there, Dick Knight. Thanks, Landras. Appreciate that. It's kind of crazy here too, and I just that little bit of a reminder could be very handy. So thanks for doing that. All right, let's again. We're gonna keep just hammering away here. Yeah, let's do this too. Let me get some more of that. This is pretty interesting. I haven't really been able to use the any of the Mars colors on our Chariot stuff here, or the Brilliant Yellow Pale for that matter. So it should be interesting to see where that takes us. What can it do? Obviously, this will be some tight squeeze in here because of the two dudes, but is what it is. So Dick Knight, glad to see you again. Happy Tuesday. Well, or for some, it's already a happy Wednesday. We still have almost 2 hours of our happy Tuesday here, because I think it better be Tuesday. I was off working on that thing on Monday, so fine. I'll just let some of that go there too. What the heck? So we'll be approaching this kind of the way we have all along. We're going to do some of our glazy stuff then. Boy, oh boy, it's hard to believe we're almost at February. Holy smokes! Plus now. Now never mind. I was gonna start asking Landrist if he saw the announcement from Printing Goes Ever On. The elves, whatever. Actually, I already have a bunch of elves from them and from other folks. But the terrain, now that's a different story. There's at least one of those terrain pieces that definitely has to be printed. That's for sure. Oh, fine. We'll just hit that too. Again, it's all very much a dry, brushy approach here to start out with. Yeah, I'm gonna take me some of that radiant blue, and we're gonna mix that in there as well. So my apologies that this was a little bit later. I was hoping maybe for actually a 8:45, 9 o'clock start, but I was waiting for a print to finish. Well, not. I was waiting for the filament to run out. So Jack Knight, great to see you again. But yeah, I was waiting for the filament to run out so I could get the next thing going. We actually have our third Hobbit hole that's being printed out. Hey there, Bithron. So yeah, Bithron, sorry that your work schedule is really, I know that's not going to be too much fun this week for sure. Yeah, Bithron, I guess, well, hopefully there might be times where you can just sort of squeeze that in. I mean, if anything else, just to not lose all the momentum that you had. I mean, between creating maybe, geez, I don't know. Actually, Bithron, I was almost wondering if you could have maybe your paperwork with you or something like that, and work on profiles kind of on lunch breaks. I mean, when I was doing, and I had to do the home reconstruction stuff, home remodeling, I would actually take my drawing pads and stuff. They were with me, and at least for 5 or 10 minutes during lunch or something like that, I would try to at least just jot down some notes. If I had any kind of an idea or thought or something like that, I knew it would be gone by the time I ever got out of there. So I just tried to jot down those notes. So Pitherios, yeah, I just the sable brushes. Well, first of all, the sable brushes, these days they're made like junk, and they've been very, very disappointing. Where's my? So these guys right here again. These are the short liner brushes from Princeton, the Velvet Touch. Typically around that $5 something range, which is 1/3 the price of a typical sable of this type. It lasts 3 times as long, and it actually can do more. So it's cheaper, it's more durable, it does more. Needless to say, that pretty much was the end of sable brushes. Yeah, that was about it. Now, Bithron, hopefully you can at least do that. Hopefully you can at least do that. Alright, here, let's not go too light with that. Let's not go too light. But I think you can see how different this has already gotten just in 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. Then we'll hit it with our some more pin line washi type stuff. But you know what? I'm going to hit this over here too. Just because. Yep, I'm going to hit these guys as well. I just don't care, that's why. Sleepy Chemist, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining here. Appreciate that. Again, for everybody where it's Tuesday, like here, happy Tuesday. But I know for some folks it is Wednesday already. So happy Wednesday there. Well, Bithron, did you want to, speaking of which, did you want to share some of the stuff that you've been working on between the terrain and everything else? Oh, geez, I got to get down in here too. Again, I can get down in there with this later stuff because there will be some of the glazy things happening there. So that's going to take that down a little bit darker. Yeah, I'm going to hit this a little more. Now, what I would like for folks to see after I do this last little bit of, this is just the fast matte white here, nothing special. Nothing special at all here. Let me get you, and this, and maybe a little more of this. So look at the difference here. See the see all the kind of the greens and even turquoise almost that are in the bones right there. Look at it, you can see it here. Some of that green there. Well, you can really see the difference here. That's the stuff we're going to be also adding into this on Momento here when we get down to our some of our more glazy type stuff. Yeah, let's go. All right, whoops, wait a minute. Didn't quite nail that. There we go. Yeah, all right. Now, to this here. Hola, Spitfire Miniatures. So Spitfire Miniatures asked if anybody speaks Spanish. That I do not know. And my apologies, Spitfire Miniatures. There was a time where I could read and write in French. Obviously not not terribly helpful here. And that time was a while ago. That time is definitely in the past. So again, this is almost more of a glazy type of a thing right here. So yeah, Spitfire Miniatures, I know folks who do, but they are not, sadly they are not watching right now, that's for sure. Because it is too late for them and they are already sleepy by now. Yeah, fine, I'll just catch this side first, then I'll go to the other side. I tell you, painting that Cetra Chariot, try to get into those two middle horses. I was really glad that I was able to just say, you know what, we're going to have a whole bunch of object source lighting on this. Because that sure made things a whole lot easier. That could have potentially been very difficult. Hey there, Nurgle Matthew, how you doing? And Panthernos, you have a good night. So yeah, Panthernos, the non-sable approach is kind of what I do here. Definitely no sable brushes here. It's all about the synthetics. So Nurgle Matthew, great to see you. Again, I hope that you're doing well. Let's see if I can just... wow, that is a powerful color, that's for sure. That is really powerful. Don't mind spreading some of that around here, whatever. I'm going to be spreading that around a little bit earlier than I thought we were. That's alright. Did I get the... close enough. Close enough. Oh, that's right. That's got to be blue there. Okay. Not a problem. I mean, we're not even 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes in. We got the time. We can mess around with that. Finally, hit the other side of that. What did we do? Okay, we did do turquoise on this. I thought so. Just wanted to double check here. Can I reach back in? Yes, I can. Again, that's the benefit of kind of doing this little bit of a glazy type thing. Now let's hit this too. I think this Chariot is different than it has to be, because this is one of the original 3 that I printed out. Let me see if I can... Where is our other one? Oh yeah, so this is okay, there are 3 different designs. I thought there was. And I know I printed out the first 3, so... This is a different design. Hey, there's Sleepy Chemist. Actually, a few people have tried those Sleepy Chemist, and they immediately just went to regular oil paints, like immediately. So take that as I would take that as a sign You gain no real advantage with those. Because if you're getting them because the cleanup is easier, well, the cleanup is super easy for oil paints. It's this. Oh, and look, it works for dried acrylic too. So yeah, all you need is this. You're not using thinner to clean the brushes. The thinner thins the paints. And this is all there is. That's it. That's how much thinner there is. And as you look at this, it says not hazardous, no vapors, right? If you're going to wash your hands or even your brushes, warm soapy water will do the trick. So all of the reasons why you might get those, well, and they don't actually even dry all that faster either. So yeah, there's really no advantage to the water-soluble oil paints, and they also tend to be kind of wimpy. That's the other thing, is they tend to not quite have, they don't have much oomph to them at all. So that's the other reason why folks generally we tend to shy away from those. They really don't have what it takes. So might as well use the regular oils, save the money, just use the regular oil paints. Here, let me, and it's obviously not going to quite have the same capillary action either. So all the you basically would be taking away all the advantages and really adding nothing. So it does really just make a lot of sense to just stick with the regular oils, because remember, we're not piling on that paint. Right? I mean, what did we do here? We dry brushed a whole bunch of stuff. Well, and now we're basically doing a bunch of pin line washy type stuff. So we're using absolute minimal amounts of paint, and that if it's the whole drying thing, well, you can use the alkyd paints. We've been using those, and that can cut down the drying time to just a matter of hours. Oh yeah, sure, Judge Dredd, go ahead. Sorry, I should have asked you there. Sorry about that. It's been a very distracting day. I was up all night Sunday into Monday to be able to go and do that mural thing. So that's kind of my brain is really it's a bit distracted here for sure. And here, let's do that. So yeah, the water-soluble oils, I would never, ever, ever use those myself, because I just like the regular oils. And then on top of that, you kind of lose the advantages, and you gain really nothing. Hey there, Doji, how you doing? So Doji, happy Wednesday for you. Happy Wednesday. I hope the things are okay. There we are. So Doji, I haven't had a chance to prep the next thing that we want to use, the cobalt turquoise bluish yet. And of course, Doji, if you want to share your links there to your turquoise stuff, please go ahead. Again, if I forget something or just kind of space a little bit here, it has been a very weird couple of days, so just bear with me there. And get the blue on top of that again. Was there another? Oh, no, that's just go back and forth there. But here we'll do the half, and no, we'll do green on that. That's right. Okay. Fine, I'll just grab this and some of this. And, well, we're halfway to Rohan right there. So we'll just do halvesies on that or something like that. Everybody please check out the Insta links that Doji and Judge Dredd posted. So yeah, Sleepy Chemist also too. The other thing is, in some ways it's a bit like the alkyd colors. There's not a whole lot of options out there. Yeah, there's not too many options. Ooh, we do have, there is one thing we do have this time here is we've got the, we've got our Perline Crimson out here. We are going to try and take advantage of a little bit of that. And you start breaking down some of the asphaltum over here too. So again, everybody check out those links, please, that Doji and Judge Dredd posted. Now I'm just going to start hitting some of this with, well, whatever. Sort of a darker gold-ish type mix here. And you see what we did there? Do you see what we did where we just touched the surface? That's it. Touching the surface, nothing else. Do it again here. Remember, the capillary action, it will quite literally defy gravity. So it will actually, to put it down here, it will move up like that. Because it can do that. It will move up and over something. Like on a wheel or a curved surface. All those things that you're going to want to keep in mind. So again, I see that that's kind of changed all that. All of this is wet though. This is very much wet into wet. Yep, we're going to hit these guys. So a little bit of the Indian yellow in this. Then we let that set as we move on to other areas, of course. Now I'll go right to the horsies here. So again, that's the Van Dyke Brown. A little bit of that Mars Black, since I, again, have it sitting around from the video yesterday. Not what I might just... Oh, and of course, Doji. Yeah, the reason why there was no Scarlet whatever in that video is because none of us or Jig Blick saw that said watercolor. So yeah, that is quite useless. That was very, very, very useless. So unfortunately, there will be no Scarlet whatever video. That's it was a good idea, not going to happen. Because there's no trying to get another thing of that, and it's just too limited. I mean, when it's that limited that only one company makes it, and they send you the watercolor version instead. So everybody please check out the dragon that Valfera just posted there. So yeah, again, it's such a specialty color that it's just not really worth it. It would have been really fun, that's for sure, based on the video that we saw. That could have been a really interesting color to mess around with. Yeah, Doji, unfortunately, Doji, that is the only watercolor that I possess right now. So yeah, I don't. I could use oils like watercolors, but that is the only watercolor paint that I currently possess right now. So it would be a somewhat limited palette, wouldn't it, Doji? It would be slightly limited. So yeah, Bithron. I mean, I can try and see if they will, but I would have to send it back, and just sending it back would be almost as much as just buying it in the first place. So, whatever. At least if I ever do get a chance to do watercolors again, I have a watercolor paint. So at least I would have I say, hey, I got one color. I got one color watercolor paint. I think I don't know if we ever got tubes that were this big. That was the confusing, because the usual watercolor tubes were a fraction of this size. So that's why when I saw it, I didn't even think watercolors, because the tubes that I had were, shall we say, much more diminutive than that. They were not anywhere near that size. they were maybe half that. Bithron, I'll if Grand Oracle comes in, I'll ask Grand Oracle, because Grand Oracle, I think, has probably had to do that once or twice, maybe with Dick Blick. So Grand Oracle is probably the person to ask about that. So when he gets in, just remind me to ask him if you could, Bithron. If Grand Oracle shows up in the chat, say, hey, you gotta ask Grand Oracle if he's been able to be successfully returning stuff to Dick Blick. Because it would all be done over the mail, so that's where it would be really, really slow, and but we'll see. Okay, there's our dark over there. Gotta do the same over here. Did we get? No, didn't get the front of the horses yet. And you can see how this is already, it's a way less shiny there. Remember, that was just as glossy and shiny as our latest little glazy things here. Thanks, Bithron, appreciate that.
So say we all.
No, well, there, look at, we just summoned Grand Oracle. Seriously, we just summoned Grand Oracle. Thank you so much, appreciate that. Thank you so much, Grand Oracle. We literally summoned you, because I don't know if you saw the video, but yeah, see, that's watercolor that they sent me there. Thanks, Grand Oracle, for the gifts up to Kambaja. So yeah, that's not quite oil paints right there, is it, Grand Oracle? And you know how I found out? I found out because I was just about to start doing color charts with it. And I went, holy smokes, that's drying really fast. Yeah, Grand Oracle, I didn't think it was watercolors, because like I was just saying, the watercolor tubes that I had were not even half that size. So it just, that I didn't associate something of that size with, oh my gosh, that's watercolors. To me, I just, because I've gotten, oh boy, I don't know if I can find the, wait a minute, here it is. Come on, get out of there. So this is how all Holbein oils come. And that's not really all that much different. This is 20 and this is 15 or 17 or something like that, so it's not really that different. So I just and I've never gotten Michael Graham before. So yeah, actually Grand Oracle, what I just wasn't sure if I can tell him, hey, you know, I needed oil paint, but I would have to send that one back, and by the time I sent it back and all that other madness, it's not really worth it. So it's just such a specialty thing. It's like that's going to be on the back burner for a long, long time. But you'll have to let me know how you like it. Let me know if it, basically when you add white to it, does it turn into essentially like a pinkish skin tone color? See, Doji says the Old Holland also has much smaller 18 mil tubes. Yep. So yeah, well, and let me know how you like the Van Dyke Brown there as well. Oh, hey, actually, Doji, could you put the Gerstecker link there in the chat again for folks that are in Europe on the continent there? And that's a place where you can get a lot of the stuff that we use here, the Williamsburgs and Gamblins and all that. Well, we're almost there. We're almost there. So we've been just doing all this little glazy stuff here. After all that dry brushy stuff. Hey, Terror Shard, how you doing? Boy, Terror Shard, nice to see you. It's been a while. I hope that you're doing well. Now let's see. At least it's more black. Oh yeah, the Windsor Newton, right? I think it was Stila. It was Stila that went. Holy smokes! Is this burnt umber? What the heck is this? Yeah, I remember Stila going, that is not too much. So Terra Shard, congratulations there. I hope that everything's working out. So Terra Shard, hopefully in a month or so, they should be able to start prepping miniatures for you. I mean, they're never too young to learn the value of hard work. So definitely, you would hope that they would have kind of the what would you say, the dexterity and stuff like that to be able to handle a side cutters and some metal files and stuff. What could possibly go wrong, right? Oh, geez, it's 7 months. Holy smokes! You would think that, yeah, they would already be enough skilled to at least be able to assemble, maybe not Forge World stuff, but should be able to put together plenty of plastic figures by 7 months. But Tears Shard again, glad that all went well, and it's great to see you again, of course. All right, so I'm finally starting to sleep through the night. Well, that is good. And of course, well, hopefully you can get back into painting and find some really fun stuff to do to kind of get back into the swing of things. All right, so I think we've been able to really hammer away at some nice darks here. Now we can maybe start to come back in with some of those middle tones. That's for sure, Terra Shard. That will be a time sponge, will it not? So Grand Oracle says that at 2.5 years, unknown to him, one of them tried to start doing some painting. All right, now here, let's look at the. So you can kind of see, right? We're at that stage of we did all the glazy stuff there. Then we'll start to come back in with those midtones, with the lights here. So Grand Oracle was like father, like son, only in a different way than actually intended, probably, right? So again, here is this is our other massive tree. You can see the difference in size. Holy smokes, that was pretty crazy. Again, that was our Saturday stream. I believe that was a 6.5-hour stream right there. Now, you know what? I'm gonna get into the turquoise there. Let's try that. So I'm just gonna make sure that we've got this as dry as possible. So Grand Oracle says that there was the shaking motion was successfully replicated. The whole closing the lid first was less successfully replicated. So that probably, I'm sure there was a certain person in the house that absolutely loved to see that. I'm sure they were just totally thrilled to have that stuff all over the place. Now, is this gonna... Hopefully that has enough of our green in it. And as you can see, that's not slightly lighter, right? That's significantly lighter, and then we just let it mix with what's already on there. Hashtag no layers. So Terra Shard again, congratulations, and I do hope that you'll be able to... Actually, is there any specific stuff that you were looking to get back into, or just in general, just to just paint something? I mean, fortunately, maybe it doesn't have to be something super specific. Just kind of getting back into it again. I mean, look at that. See how fast that happens? It's just so much easier. Can do that over here now. over here. Keeping it nice and easy. Don't do that there. Remember, that'll be our blue up there. Oh, that's good, Terrace Shard. Well, Terrace Shard, we certainly painted enough of those, right? We did, what, 6 units of these things? Oh gosh, where are they at here? Where are they at? Did I already slide by those? Yeah. We did at least 5 or 6 units of the Targ cavalry there, so... And, of course, it's Song of Ice and Fire stuff, right? Terrace Shard, so... It's all just kind of one-piece sculpts. So I hope that those are fun for you. Yeah, Terrace, I think we did 2 units of Unsullied also on stream. I know we did 2 of those. We did a couple of those units. And of course, Terrace Shard, as always, they're saved as highlights. I think I might have even put some of that on YouTube. I might have put one of our Targiri sessions on the YouTubes there. A little bit more of that over here. Now we're going to let that set. Now I'm going to do something similar with some of our golds, although I would like to do something like this. Wow, that's going to be already a very sort of intense green. I just want to get a little bit of green onto here, so I'm just going to do a little bit of dry brushy of that stuff here in just a couple of places real quick, just to bear with me here. Also on this thing, so maybe not gold there. Let's change that up. Also a little bit of that over here. Okay, just bear with me here as I kind of fling around some of this green. I mean, look at that. That's highly precision brush strokes right there. Let me see. Now, Terrace Shard, the one that, well, you saw what we're doing here, right? You could just do the Primate Darker like we did here, and then do the dry brushy stuff over it, then maybe do some of the glazy stuff like that. So no Cobalt Teal Grand Oracle, it's just the, what is that stuff? Phthalo Green and the Prussian Blue. Just the usual stuff there. Some of that green still managed to sneak its way in there, which I find hilarious. What can we use as a blending brush right here? Oh, that's right. I think some of my brushes might have hightailed it off to the other house there. So at least there's a micro blending brush. Maybe we can use this. There we go. And we'll do this too. Chuck a little bit of that even up there. Hey, Artemichael, how you doing? So Artemichael, hopefully your Lord of the Rings stuff is working out well. Yeah, I'm gonna make that. It's gonna go a little bit light to dark to light again there. So yeah, Terrace Shard. Yeah, maybe actually, Terrace Shard, maybe doing some of the color chart things might not be a bad idea. I would sort of kind of maybe recommend doing those color charts. If it's been that long. Also, too, that way you could really sort of simplify your colors if you're just doing the targs. So yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Again, kind of simplify what you're doing. Fine, I'm going to just throw a little bit of that on here. Not a ton, just a little bit there. A little something. So Grand Oracle, what I'll probably try to do tomorrow in a video is to maybe play around with the walnut based, well, what the heck is that stuff? The walnut based alkyds, yes. I'm glad you're able to finish printing those out, Michael, for sure. So yeah, you know what, Tara Sharp, well, a couple things. Do some of these, but maybe just do, and you've seen me show this all the time. So the whole black and white thing, right? Maybe something like that. So Sleepy Chemist, actually, believe it or not, stuff like Terra Rosa is not too bad for bronze non-metallic. I know I had that one army painting series where I was, it's the Chaos Dwarves and such. But yeah, I would definitely suggest something along the lines of Terra Rosa in there for bronze. Brass, maybe something more like Van Dyke Brown because it's a cooler type of a thing. Fine, I'll get some of that here. Over here. Then we have to start getting some of our darker blues in there as well. Yeah, we have to let some of those, some of our glazes have a chance to, well, not necessarily dry, but to set a little bit. So yeah, right, Grand Oracle, that's, I mean, I'm almost thinking of maybe doing something like that again. Because, again, it just seems to have value for folks. So that is just, wow, that's interesting. It's a very warm green that's now mixed with our, oh, was that the radiant violet there? Get the top of this wheel here. Some of our skelly friends start to get a little bit of light on them as well. I'm going to try and go a little bit more with our gold here, I think. So we did all 4 of them there, Artemichael. We did a video with all 4 of the Mars colors, and then we just did this one that just was put up on the Patreon page. That was the, again, all 4 of them. So Grand Oracle, believe it or not, well, of course, we lost that one roll, right, to the stupid incident where it just, that the replacement spool, after I clicked it into place, clicked it out of place, and then, well, all the spools started to unravel. But I'm actually using the Hatchbox filament right now, which leaves me with 1 replacement, but I have 4 more coming. So yeah, Grand Oracle, we're tearing through it pretty good, aren't we? We are ripping through that stuff like crazy. All right, there will come a point where, you know, I don't necessarily have to print so much stuff. I'm trying to get caught up on 3 years of not being able to do that type of printing. So some of the stuff I'm printing out are files that I've literally had for 3 years that I have not had a chance to do. So it's going to be kind of wild for a little bit as far as printing the terrain. And it's going to be remember, it's a piece of terrain that I'm going to use as the first subject for the video on utilizing that alkyd, the add in alkyds. We'll just call them that, the alkyd medium. Yeah, better get some of the gold onto that too. Why not? Here, let's do that over here. Let me see if I can at least try to put some of that down in there. Blending brush here. Ah, that's really cool there, Grand Oracle. Oh, you know what? You just reminded me. I need to, I know there's some free Thingiverse files out there for... They're really simple. They're almost like little trays, and it's for keeping track of might, will, fate, all that kind of stuff on your MESBG characters. So I'm going to have to find me some of those. Again, I think they're just free files on things like Thingiverse or who knows, maybe even My Mini Factory. I got to find some of those and print some of those out. I think that would just make life a little bit easier, especially for the battle reports. So yeah, Grand Oracle, I have no idea what to expect. No idea what to expect. What I might do actually, again, is try and get some of that into a smaller container tonight. And what I might do is just mix it with a few, after the stream that is, mix it with a few things. And then just let it sit overnight. You know, and see, well, does it really, is it actually dry? Is it just tackier? Has it made no effect? So you can see the gold, right? And you can see some of our green in there as well. Still see some of that green in it. So it's, again, strategery. Little bit of strategery there. So Erdemiko, the Mars Yellow Deep, that's really, well, we love the Mars Black. I mean, that's fantastic too. But that Mars Yellow Deep, that's kind of been the hidden gem, I guess, if you want to call that, of the bunch. I mean, I like the Mars Red and the Mars Violet. Those are good too. But that Mars Yellow has really proven to be a fantastic alternative to, say, something like Yellow Ochre. Hey there, Blades. Great to see you there, Blades. Everybody please give Blades81 a follow. So Blades, I saw the pictures of Cooper. Hopefully Cooper is sleeping, even though maybe you are not. I mean, I know it's only a little after midnight there, so not too terrible, but I don't know if you've ever kind of been able to get your schedule back on track as far as sleeping goes. And Blade, yeah, I was, well, my sleeping is all messed up because, again, I was doing an all-nighter Sunday into Monday so that I could go do the mural thing. So if you think I'm lost as to what day it is, of course, now I'm streaming on Tuesday. Blades, hopefully your Monday stream went really well. And again, everybody please give Blades81 a follow. Sorry that I couldn't join you there on the Monday stream. I was trying to get, oh yeah, that video that's on the Patreon page now, that was the final segment of that was filmed at 7:15 in the morning or something like that. No, it was 7:55 because that's when I got the message from them. It's like, we'll be there in 45 minutes. And I went, oof, okay. Yeah. So Erdemiko, I didn't get the orange only because I didn't really see it. I would have gotten that one too. I think so, Blades. I think so. I can try and double check real quick there. Actually, I don't. Well, I can't really see from here, so that's something I'll just have to do after the stream. Sorry about that. Here, one second. Let me get back to my screen. There we go. So yeah, it's not something I can really look at here. Now, blades. Was it? Let's see. Well, I'll take again. I'll take a look afterwards. After the stream here. Here, let's do this. And let's do this. So blades actually, oh geez, Cheese Whiz was, he was here, oh, while we were doing this stream. That's right, yeah. Cheese was hanging out through most of this one right here. That one was pretty wild. So yeah, sorry there, Blades. Again, my brain is definitely all kinds of verschmizzled at the moment, that's for sure. Because I almost said, how was your stream today? Because, well, Mondays and Fridays are kind of the prime stream days for you. And I was just about to ask you, how was your stream today? And I thought, no, it is, I don't think it's Monday. I don't think so. Little bit, there we go, okay. Smidge more there. And now let's maybe get, might go to some lighter turquoise in here. Let's do that. Blades, I'm glad that I at least remembered to send those to you. For a second I was thinking, did I forget to send you those too? Of course, Blades, you'll get a laugh. The biggest brush that I had to work with was something like this. That was the biggest brush I had to work with, because I thought I had other stuff there, but it's kind of been 4 months, right? So yeah, I didn't have quite the stuff that I thought I had. Now looky here. Look at that. A little bit different there, right? Now I'm gonna get me my my soft blending brush here. I'm just trying to get all of our yellows and such out of that real quick. So here, just let me do this. And Blades, of course, if there's anything that you want to share in the chat, stuff that maybe you were working on stream, that'd be fantastic. So now, big old blob of stuff there. And now we start doing some of this tap, tap, tap stuff here. Oh, wait a minute. What is happening there? We get even more of that off of the brush, and we do some more tap, tap, tap. Well, gee whiz, looky there. So it went from that to this, and again, hashtag no layers, right? No layers there. Now, the one thing I was able to find at the store today, and I was very shocked, was a selection of pork tenderloins that are actually pre-prepared in different ways. And the one that I have, I just thought you would get a kick out of this. It's a maple bacon pork tenderloin. What haven't we been talking, Blades, about doing the maple syrup and mixing that with maybe a honey mustard or something like that to make another rub for a different pork tenderloin thing? So yeah, I thought you would get a kick out of that. But we'll still try it. And then Blade says, well, only if you throw some fromage in there to complete the ensemble. Actually, Blades, what Kathy's sister suggested was to take some bacon, and actually, because I wanted to do some asparagus, she said, well, what if you wrap the bacon around the asparagus, and use the air fryer to do that? She thought that might not be a bad idea. It's making me hungry too, right, right, Bithron? I mean, this is a cuisine channel after all, so it's. I think we are legally obligated to have such discussions. I think it's actually in the contract. And of course, blades. I mean, we already know how well the maple beans go well with the fromage, so it's been proven already that those are a good combination. I'll lighten you up here. Over here too. Again, did you see any layers there? Looked just like that a second ago. Now it looks like this. Oh, by the way, this whole thing an hour and 10 minutes ago had no paint on it. Hey there, Horns fan, how you doing? Valfera, I know we were joking. Well, we weren't really joking, were we? About taking the mustard jar and emptying that out into something safer, like a baggie or something, a Ziploc baggie or something like that. I'm telling you, because I almost had, I almost had another incident where the mustard thing almost flew out of my hand again. And tell you, it's one of the most dangerous substances on the planet. So Horns fan, I hope that you're doing well. Yeah, let's get the rest of this. So yeah, Horns fan, the games on Sunday were, well, I think there will be some fan bases that have regrets after Sunday. I'm just throwing out there. I think there just might be some regrets involved. Let's see if I can go even a little bit lighter with this here. Wow, that's again, all of this. See that no slightly lighter or anything like that. It's much lighter. And then we just let it mix together like so. We'll do some more of it here. Some more of that over here. Okay, fine. I will throw a little more light over there. Wasn't initially going to do that, but there we go. So Doji, it's getting closer and closer, especially once February hits. Then Aussie rules football really starts to ramp up there. Yes, indeed. Now, of course, blades. I forget exactly when pitchers and catchers report. Is that mid-February or is that more like early February? At first, I was going to say mid-February, but then I thought, no, I think it might just be maybe that second week of February or something, right at the start of it. What's interesting, Blades, is that there was a very, very late Adepticon one year. It might have actually been one of our first years in the, well, I call it the new place. Other folks, they've been to several Adepticons. They don't know of any other place, but to me, that's still the new place. But it happened so late in April that I think there was actually opening day for the White Sox as Adepticon was getting started. That was a very late Adepticon. I don't even know if they would be having any more April ones. I mean, just how the calendar works out. That had to be, I'm sure to this day, the latest Adepticon. So Horns fan has the mysterious disease of completely unknown origin. So sorry about that, Horns fan. The blades. Well, especially if the Jays were going to be there. Now I don't know. If MLB has kind of decided that some of those opening day or opening weekend or whatever opening week should be divisional opponents. They seem to have kind of gotten away from the whole divisional opponents type thing. So hopefully, again, Horns fan, you can shake that off as quickly as possible there. I guess Horns fan, how intact is the team from last year? Obviously, sometimes you win a championship and then, well, contract things happen and other stuff. So hopefully you got yourself a pretty intact club there. And there we go. So again, see that? Just it's very easy. We're not doing anything except just tapping some of this lighter color on there and then using a ye old blending brush. Guess we'll throw some of that on here. Maybe some on the Skelly Friends down here. Also over there. The Horns fan, that's a double-edged sword, right? Generally, the team, and we kind of saw it. I think we've seen it in some of the results that the team that's not used to being in those tight games or whatever has a little bit. What was that called? What the heck did they on Blast Alliance and Squeaky Bum? That's it. Yes, they have a case of Squeaky Bum. When things get a little bit tight, other things also get a little bit tight. Now let's get to some of that red and blue in here. Yeah, let's do that now. We've been able to introduce some other stuff here. And of course, we're 91 minutes in. This is 91 minutes here. That's it. That's fine. Actually, Sarge, that's actually more my favorite. Yes, Otto is definitely more of a favorite for me than Michael. So I'd rather be like Mod Otto than be like Mike. Rico says that while we're almost there, we're a little bit short on the completion of the Hobbit army. We're just a little short. Actually, Rico, if I'm going to be using those printing goes ever on figs, they're very short. They're diminutive, to say the least. Oh, actually, geez, Recoil, I don't know, you didn't get to see this. This was our Saturday stream. Speaking of diminutive, the old style skeletal horses are tiny compared to these steeds right here. So Sarge, that's a fantastic choice. That is an excellent choice right there. You know what? I'm just gonna keep going with this here Brilliant Yellow Pale. It's been so long since I had a chance to work with that. That's Sea Sarge. That's kind of where I was going with that. That's where I was actually going with that. So I'm glad that I'm not the only person that kind of sees it that way. That is fantastic. There's my blending brush. There. Now I think actually I think I have they call it the Tiger Zug, the three vehicle platoon box. I think I have. Well, if I don't, I'm just going to print them out. But I still wanted to do actually kind of a tiger in the desert. So kind of an Algeria color scheme tiger. Yeah, here, let's get some more of our lighter stuff right there. Now, oh, actually, Rico, geez, did you ever get a chance to, I know you didn't really get a chance to mess with the, doing another shot at doing the grass again, or doing the grass tufts again. I know it didn't quite work out the way I initially wanted. I actually found some more, kind of like you did, I found some more static grass, just the regular kind of greenish stuff, but some of it was shorter. And that's actually something I didn't really get a chance to do, was to find some kind of regular green static grass that's not 9 or 12 millimeters high. See you later there, Doji. Yeah, well, happy Wednesday morning to you there, Doji. Nice to see you again, Thranual. Appreciate you being here. So Bithron, hopefully you were able to find yourself a good snack there. There we go. So yeah, the story on Chuck Knobloch, the end of the story is that there was a picture of him in the paper, obviously with that look on his face like, I can't believe I can't throw to first base, and it just said blockhead. So I felt kind of felt bad for him there. So that's kind of the conclusion of the Chuck Knobloch story. Not a fun conclusion for him. So yeah, was that the 12 vehicle, and it wasn't Churchill's. It wasn't Valentine's. I'm trying to, or was it, no, it wasn't Comet's, and it wasn't Churchill's either. Yeah, let's lighten this up too. We've got these chompers over here. Let's see, oh, our skelly friends need some development there too. And we'll be coming back into these with some of that crazy green too. Let's see if I can get a little bit of something lighter in there. Here's my blending brush to have at that. So Sarge, as far as our cuisine goes here, I think that tomorrow I will be trying to make, and what is that? That's going to be our, another pork tenderloin, but it's already prepared with a whole bunch of a maple hickory smoked bacon. So yeah, they were still obviously not those early war Stuarts, but in the Pacific, it's kind of hilarious, right, Sarge? It's something like a standard, regular old 75 mil Sherman was pretty much like a Tiger. And the Matilda also was pretty much unstoppable. And it kind of was the ideal tank, right, Sarge? Because it was slow moving, but it was really meant to be used as an infantry support vehicle. It's like they had the right, it was like the one place they had the right idea for that. Everywhere else, not so much. And that was something that, well, I wanted to do a bunch of Pacific War stuff, and I was certainly going to have Matildas out there. I don't think, well, I didn't have a Chindit force. I mean, now I could easily print out a Chindit force. Do some more. I know that is, for a while, that was a very popular bolt action army. Maybe not as much as people would choose the Finns. And actually, hopefully, Bithron, at some point you do get a chance to actually use your fins for some flames of war. Grand Oracle, that's what and you can actually see it if you check it out. That's what the Battle of Arras was all about. Because one of the main objectives of that is to try and get to it's actually Rommel himself. And one of the last scenes in the battle report is Rommel by that 88 with the crew. And of course, in this alternate history, the French commander actually was there instead of getting killed in a car accident, and nobody got the orders to show up until it was too late. So yeah, actually, believe it or not, Grand Oracle, after the Matilda gets taken out by the 88, then a Samoa kind of comes right directly from the left-hand side and sort of literally overruns the 88 and Rommel too. Spoiler alert. A little bit of a spoiler alert for you there. Now let's get some of that blue, some of our reds out here too. Let's get some of those out here. A little bit more light there. Alrighty. So this will be more of our straight up kind of Prussian blue here. I accidentally put a bunch of ultramarine blue out here. Again, it was the all-nighter Sunday into Monday, and then 9 hours on that mural. Then trying to actually edit and render the video that I had been filming. Here, we'll start it with the blue there. And then we also have to do our alternate reds in this as well. Come on, get in. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, no later war unfortunate confrontation with an 88, because it doesn't last very long, right, Grand Oracle, when you confront the 88? Almost doesn't matter what you're in either. Unless maybe a Pershing might have been able to deal with not from the side, but maybe from straight ahead, might have been able to deal with an 88. Hey there, AD, how you doing? Great to see you there. Everybody, please give AD Creations a follow. Of course, AD, if you want to share anything in the chat there that you've been working on. And again, sorry that you had to do the reprint there. I'm not kidding you. When that actually it happened, something like that happened again. It was actually here where something broke off, and it literally went in the exact opposite direction. To be able to do what it did, it literally had to fly in the opposite direction at all kinds of weird twists and turns. And somehow it ended up, again, where it ended up, I have no idea how it could have possibly gotten there, except for somebody to just pick it up and drop it there. And I'm sure at some point you will find the same thing, and you'll say, how in the world did it get there? Okay, I see what you mean there, Grand Oracle. I see where you're going. No, I'll go red with that. So thanks, AD. Yeah, I'll send you pictures of the mural that I was working on yesterday. Finally got a chance to work on that again. Where's that next one? There it is. Then that's right. There is no red in between these. It's just the gold there. So this is Chariot number 3, I believe. Yeah, this is Chariot number 3 as far as our regular chariots go. Then we've got Well, I almost was going to start prepping the Bretonian stuff, but wasn't quite able to do that. Look at this. We have to try and sneak this brush in here. That's about the best that we can do there. Now, are there... Oh, yeah, there's our alternating blue and red here as well. We'll go with the blue on that. Over there. Another one down over there. So sorry about that, Sarge. Hey, Cyborg Larry, nice to see ya. So sorry about that, boy. That really just kind of... That just really happens at weird moments there. So, well, I'll shoot you a message. Shoot you a message tomorrow. Trying to get a little bit of the blue into that as well. And then that we were going to go more with a green. So it's going to switch over here, get some of our yellow into this, so that becomes more of a green there.
So say we all.
Hey there, Drax. I hope that your stream yesterday was a good one. Everybody please give Drax a follow. Thank you so much, Drax. Appreciate that. That's 46 months worth. So Drax, hopefully you are fully recovered from LVO. I think so, if you were able to get in a stream there. So everybody please give Drax a follow if you could. And again, Drax, I hope that maybe you've been able to kind of utilize some of the stuff that you did during that workshop. Because that was hours and hours and hours, I believe, right? Wow, Drax, that's fantastic. Now, I have to say I haven't seen as many of the usual casualty reports post-convention. So maybe a bunch of folks were able to kind of escape that one relatively unscathed this time around. I seem to remember previous years where folks maybe didn't quite have as much success in avoiding that. And just again a little bit of our kind of our reddish brown here, not too much towards the red. A little bit more of that over here as well. Maybe some on this thing. Again, just trying to make these the reins and bridles a little bit different from everything else here. Now we'll get back to our blue over here. So that's just basically Prussian blue. Nothing terribly fancy. Filling these guys in. And I think it is just blue and then gold. So no, not doing the red here. We will do the red over there. That I know belongs there. And of course, Drax, if there's anything that you wanted to share in the chat, please go ahead and do so. And there we are. So again, it's like what we did with the previous two chariots. And of course, I don't know if you had a chance to see, this is our Cetra conversion here. So that's the same old metal GW Cetra, but those are the Titan Forge horses that we've been painting for the Archer Cavalry, and they made perfect horses for the Cetra Chariot, which made me very, very happy. Again, I wasn't sure if those were going to work out. It seemed like they were going to. Then, well, I think maybe, I don't know if you've seen the basing video, that I did for that. And then we painted them up on Saturday. Again, that was about a 6.5-hour stream. Still super glad that we went with the object source lighting though. That made things a whole lot easier. Now, while I have that lighter blue, let's get into some of our lighter blues. Might just use some of our radiant blue that's sitting over there, because reasons. Get some of that down here. So Drax, a couple of new colors here. There's the, what is that? The Perline Crimson, which is, that's a really powerful color. Indanthrene Blue, also another powerful color. And then Cobalt Teal Bluish. But yeah, Grand Oracle, we didn't have a chance to do that yet on here. And what should be very interesting now that we not just have our lights and darks, but now we have a whole bunch of our shading in here too. It should be very interesting to see how much of this is really owes its differential to something like color/temperature contrast versus. Now, I wish we had the orange. Actually, this will be fine. This will be fine, Grand Oracle here. Let's look at it before we start to add the oranges in. So you can say, okay, yeah, there's certainly value there, right? Holds up just fine, but, I mean, even here, see in that little tiny bit there already, that as we get closer to 50%, even now that makes a difference, doesn't it? Now, let's do our red real quick here. No, wait, let me try a little more of the blue first. Yeah, Grand Oracle, that was a perfect time for that, because, well, I mean, it's always a perfect time for film noir, right, Grand Oracle? Because film noir has value. But that was exceptionally well-timed film noir. Again, look at that. Here, same thing, look at this. I'm just going to take that. Hashtag no layers, I'm just saying. Look at that. that just took a few seconds, didn't it? It just took a few seconds. It does not have to be tremendously difficult. I know there's a whole there's a cottage industry in making things difficult. I realize that, but we try to unclog that particular drain, right, Grand Oracle? Hashtag not difficult. I mean, I will see people, and I'll just say, well, that's fantastic, but my goodness, that's really quite a difficult way of doing that. I believe we've got an easier way of going about that. This is especially one where we're going to try and get some of that gold up there. I also need to get a little bit of the lighter blue on his chapeau. We did that. I'm going to get me a little bit of my lighter blue over there. This is touch. Now let's get some of that red, and let's hit some of that Perline Crimson. Actually, Grand Oracle, I think you already did look up Perline Crimson on the drying scale there, and it was it was kind of on the long side, right? It wasn't that far behind Egyptian Violet and Indian Yellow. I'm pretty sure that's what you discovered. Could be wrong, but I think it's kind of on the slow list. Oh, that sounds really fantastic. Oh, and hello, Mom. Thanks for watching. Glad that you and Squeak are doing very well. So let me get a little bit of the orange in here, Sarge, because we just did a film noir. So let me get some of the orange in here, and then we can try and do that again, and that should make a big difference. I wanna see what that looks like. That again, that type of color contrast. So we're just getting our reds in here, and then we're going to mix this with our, I think we'll go with the Indian yellow, and then we're going to again try to generate some oranges in the gold, and then the idea is that that's going to hopefully create a bit of a contrast for us. Yet another form of contrast. I'm just going to get the red into there. Okay. Yeah, that already makes a difference on the Chariot there, I think. So yeah, Rico, I'll shoot you a message and send you the pictures of the mural. We'll do this. And there, okay, so I think we're getting to be pretty good with this. Actually, I'm just going to make that all one. Not going to go with the alternating bands there, okay? Time for some orange here. We're going to use a little bit of our Naphthol Scarlet, and then some of the Indian yellow here. So that is going to be pretty darn translucent. Yeah, Sarge, I really want to show this off because I think it's going to make a difference here. So, especially on this section. And you see how we're just kind of doing the dry brushy thing there? And see that skin starts to turn more of an orange there. No, it's not quite where we want that. That's what we wanted. And now we feel a little bit more of an orangey look from that. And then here too. Okay, let's refresh that brush a little. So we got the green on the other side here. It's about try. There we go. See that? We just got a little bit of orange. And then before I do the other side, we'll hit a film noir here, so that we kind of have a before and after for our film noir. Almost. There, you know, we'll throw a little bit of that on this side. And some of it on here. Again, just to kind of do one, leave the other. And this is not a glaze. That's actually just a dry brush. Note, Drax, that those chariots are... I can show you the other two chariots. This is actually the third one here. This is the third one. So now, see, we've got some orange here, some orange here. We don't have it on this side. But when we take away the color here, it's almost like we didn't do anything. So look at this. It looks like we didn't do anything at all. We didn't add any value. Nothing's lighter, nothing's darker. Hey there, ETN, how you doing? But watch what happens as we bring this back here. You will see that orange right about now. And it just starts, and as we get closer and closer to our 50%. Now you see that orange. So again, that was not a value thing. The value is exactly the same, but we did add a color / temperature shift over there. So let me see. Is this the second? No, that was the first one. That would be this one over here. Where the heck did that one go? That's it was. Oh, here it is. There it is. That's the last one we did from, not Thursday, that's from Monday, because Thursday we did this. So that's what we did on Thursday right there. That's where we used the cobalt teal bluish and also the indanthrene blue. So Ethan, thank you so much. It's kind of weird going back to these guys after having done the Cetra Chariot. With the we kind of went back to mummified horses there. Now there again, just going to chuck that in there. Now we do have, I'm going to use this as a micro blending brush here. So yeah, storage, and what's wild is it's all it is phthalo green and Prussian blue. That's all it is. It's really crazy, right? And now we're going to do that on this side. Again, we're not looking to make it any darker. We're just shifting the color a little bit there. That's it. We're just shifting that color. And we'll do that here. Same thing. And we'll do that here. So again, see, we still have our light, dark, light band, but see, there's the green over there, and now over here is that orange. You know what? I'm gonna do this here, just for funsies. Not sure why. Then I'm going to take me some of my Mars black here, and we're really going to darken up some of this here. And a little bit more there too. Okay. Let's get some dark around him as well. There we are. You know what? I'm going to also hit these while I've got it here. Not just darkening those, but we're also going to gray them down a little bit. So then we also have to get some of our floor color on there too. That's I'll clean up more instead of fixing a mug. That's always steep tea. Believe me, that is a, because mugs are usually there's a lot of sentiment attached to them. They're not just a piece of ceramic. So when those things go boom, that is not a happy time. That's for sure. I hope you're able to get that fixed for sure. Because yeah, that is not a nice thing when that happens at all. So everybody, please check out the Instagram link that Steep just shared. And again, everybody, please give Steep T a follow if you could. So Steep, it is, well, we have been very, very, very busy with all the Tomb King stuff of late, but we're going to start getting into Bretonians. So again, everybody, please check out the link that Steep just shared. We'll get into our micro blending brush here in a sec. Hey there, Arid. How the heck are you doing? Thank you so much. Everybody, please give Arid Web a follow. So thank you so much, Arid. 27 months worth. Thank you so much. So yeah, Steve, and of course, I guess the thing I always wondered is, you know, if you're putting it, if you ever are putting it in the microwave to clean up, or if you're washing it, right, does it get down into that crack and kind of, or can you really, really seal it once it's fixed? I guess if you put some green stuff in there, maybe that will also help to seal it off. So Irid, if you want to share some of your links there in the chat, that would also be fantastic. Now your run of the antibiotic, that's all done. So I know you were saying that it hasn't quite, the run was done, but still not quite cleared up. So hopefully that has actually started to clear up there. Everybody check out the Pinterest link. Again, that's Arid Wife. And again, please give Arid Wife a follow if you could. Okay, Arid will Hopefully it's God. I know you wouldn't necessarily want to have to do another run of those so soon, but hopefully it's something like that is, I guess, the least hassle. That's pretty much what I'm trying to think about. There is what's the least hassle if you're trying to finish that off. I better get me some of my red over here too. Some of the lighter red that is anyway. You know what, I'm going to let that go all the way to the other side. Don't actually have my Perline red out here. I have Perline crimson. Again, that's our new specialty color there. Actually, Arid, well, that's good. See, I wasn't sure if they would say, well, we don't want to do a second run so soon, but if that's something that they're good with doing, well, what the heck, yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be. I just wasn't sure if they could do a second run, so if they can, that'd be fantastic. Now, we are doing another run of our lighter blue here. Just did our red. We're going to start getting, this is our Prussian blue here. Again, a little bit lighter there. Let's do that over here. Right, and then we'll have to get some of this on the wheels too, I think. Now I gotta go lighter than that. I mean, no big deal. We can certainly do that. Again, everybody please again, check out the link that Arid shared there, and of course give Arid a follow. Now, Arid, would you be doing any streams this week? Either way, again, they're just trying kind of be a bit of a distraction. Let's go a little lighter here now. Again, that's our radiant blue that's also working its way in there. Okay, so 7 p.m. Pacific. AD is going to be doing a stream. Again, everybody please give AD Creations a follow. Also, again, please give Steep T a follow. So Steep, good luck finishing off that mug there and getting that handle back on there and in a usable state. That was something when Kathy had a whole bunch of great mug tragedy. She had them all hung up on one of these racks, and to me, I was always very leery of that. I just was like, oh, I don't know about this thing. And she had them all up there, and that thing gave way, and unfortunately, not only did they all fall in the same place, but they fell into the dog's ceramic food bowl. So it was literally ceramic on ceramic on ceramic. Needless to say, they didn't do well. Alright, Sarge, sorry that the internet is still being all crazy for you there. But thanks again for being here, and I'll just shoot you some messages tomorrow, kind of try and fill you in on some things. But thanks for being here. I know that you gotta be really tired. I still have to go a little lighter on that blue. I'm also going to try and get a little of our blue into some of this as well. There we are. A little bit of this here. Some more of that down here. Now, let me see if I can maybe lighten up a little bit of our ground here. Oh, and by the way, as of about, I want to say 8 o'clock, this base wasn't even done yet. So, maybe about 7:15, 7:30, maybe. That's when I finished the base. But yeah, this was, as of 5:30 or something like that, this wasn't even put together, the Chariot or anything like that. So, yeah, we had to do some stuff here at the last minute to get this all ready. It's not just the oil paints that go quick, it's our methods too for making some nifty bases, right? Making these bases and being able to make them in a hurry. Now, Bithron, I think you were saying it was going to be more. I guess you're going to have a lot of skelly friends in the army there too. And I guess the other thing, M-Tellies with the Tomb Kings, I guess have as many Lich Priests as you can for, because if you have a whole ton of them, it's a lot easier to be resurrecting guys again. Because the Tomb King spells really don't hurt the other side at all. Basically, all you can pretty much do is sort of either buff your own guys or at least try and rebuild them. I mean, there's a part of me that would say, you know what, I'll just make a unit of 80 to 100 skellies and maybe have 2 Lich Priests in there or something like that and just march it forward. At every turn, bring back about 10 skellies or so. March them into something and just say, okay, here, this will be in your way for a while. Because that's about the best way you can approach the Tomb Kings these days, it seems. It was that way in the old days, and, well, they didn't improve them all at all, so I think if I was ever going to do the Tomb Kings, that's what I would be doing. 1,000,000 skellies and just a few gigantic units. And then some of the monsters, which when stuff gets tar pitted into the skellies, that's when the monsters kind of hit that from the side. Hey there, negative charisma, how you doing? Great to see you again. Oh, hey, here, let's get some of this here crazy nurgly green onto our skelly. So yeah, unfortunately, with the Tomb Kings, right, what is it they don't do? They have no armor, they have no strength, they have no initiative. And they have no reliable shooting of any kind. So, what you can pretty much do is just walk up to the other guy and just say, okay, here, play with this unit for the next 5 turns. Yeah, you can't do that in this in Warhammer there, Bithron. You can do it with Candish stuff. But the chariots are very non-maneuverable. And they're super, super fragile. And sadly, they don't do anything. The impact hits are minimal. Again, it's not like a Candish chariot that really does something. Those Candish chariots, I mean, I've seen those wipe out a bunch of Iron Hills dwarves. That's just with the impact hits. So what happens is the initiative is their initiative is garbage. The weapons are weak, and there's just not enough of them, unfortunately, Bithron. And what happens is they'll charge into something. They really don't do much to it. They get stuck there, and then they get flank charged, and then double flanked, and then triple flanked, and then they're gone. Because keep in mind with the Tomb Kings, right, they can't do any charge reactions. All they can do is just stand there and get charged. And there's no, they don't flee, right? So when they get out-combated, or when they just lose combat res, they just crumble. And that's what happens to these guys, is that I've seen a chariot unit charge something, lose by so much combat resolution that the whole thing just crumbles away. Actually, Bithron, a tray of Bretonnian peasants would actually eat them. Seriously, if you had 5 ranks of Bretonnian peasants with 1 or 2 banners in it, this thing would crumble away on the first turn it makes contact with them. They might kill, I don't know, 5 peasants or something like that, but their combat res is going to be so much higher than yours, you'll just crumble away. And that's the problem, because you'll never have ranks of chariots. If you're lucky, you might have 4 across. And that's why I love the Candish chariots, because those can maneuver. When those things hit, they really hurt. I mean, wow, do they hurt? These guys here, they're more like Nerf chariots. They kind of bounce. Well, no, they don't really bounce. They just crumble. I was gonna say, yeah, they crumble. They don't bounce. Yeah, unfortunately, again, they were not playable in the last edition, and they're sadly kind of the same here. I think the one solution that people came up with was Tomb Queen Kalita and something like 200 skeleton archers with maybe a smattering of a few other things. That was kind of the one army, I guess, that was semi-playable. Well, and a bunch of Lich Priests. So yeah, you play a bunch of Lich Priests, hundreds of skeleton archers, and gigantic blocks. And I forget what there was something that Tomb Queen Kalita did. Maybe made the archers better or something like that. It's been a long time, so I'd have to look at what she did. Well, I don't think she's around anymore either. Yeah, I don't think Tomb Queen Kalita is part of the army. But that really, well, as you saw, right, I was interested in the Ushabti and the chariots and all the various monsters. Like, oh, the War Sphinx and the Hyros, the Necro Sphinx. Ooh, what do we do with the wheels on here? That's what I want to do. Oh, do I want to get some of that crazy green on there? No, not with this one. With this one here, let's get some of that Van Dyke brown going. Into our green here. Blending brush, which, ooh, that's got a lot of blue on there. Okay, here we'll use one of our smaller filberts as a blending brush there. There we go. Where's my green again? Hit this. Well, pretty good over there. Yeah. Never really did get the liner stuff under there. Take my blending brush to this here. Some of these little skelly friends. Oh, the other thing I want to do here is get some of our not blackest black on this liner, because that's going to tell me just how light or dark I was able to get on my base there. So here, let's get this going. No, we'll use this brush here. Let's just use this guy. I realized that was our blending brush, but it's pretty much got paint in it anyway, so we'll have to clean that out no matter what. Alright, and we'll do this. Okay, so we got pretty dark there. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I need to throw too many darks down this way. Again, that's a piece of plastic card that was beveled using just a sanding block. And I've got, I think, 4 60 by 40 bases set up for Bretonnians. I gotta get me some 60 by 30. Again, for the regular Bretonian cav. I still haven't found that stupid Green Man file. Alright, well, until you have a good one. Thanks for being here. And until yeah, I'll shoot you a message tomorrow, see how you're doing there. Okay. Okay, there you go. So thanks so much, MToys, for stopping in. And hopefully we see you on the Thursday stream, which now I have to remember is essentially tomorrow. I'm going to have to remember that, yeah, this was not our usual Monday stream. Okay. Now I think I can hit this a little bit later. I've been waiting to make you a little bit lighter, but again, I didn't want to be just sticking my finger onto that. Let me get a little touch of yellow. Come on, a little more of that yellow. There we go. Just a tiny little bit more. And we're going to lighten you up a little bit, and then some of this over here. Blending brush steel. To take that. And yeah, now up here I might do the opposite here, and we'll try and maybe darken that up a little. Some of our Van Dyke brown here, and again, kind of doing this little bit of a dry brushy thing. It's kind of in shadow, right? Might even enhance some of the shadow here underneath that Chariot. We will, where did that one go? Just had him in our hands here. Might do a little more of that over here. So again, this is to accentuate the shadow that should be under that Chariot, also underneath our horses here. A little more of that. Yeah, this is why I don't do the paint some of this the sub-assembly stuff here, because if you do that, you're just going to be very inclined to highlight all of that stuff on the base equally, even though there's going to be horses standing right on top of it. Boy, David painting, that was really fun doing that. Now, actually, well, we do have them right here. It was fun to I finally got a chance to use some of the Green Stuff World basing bits there, but yeah, all of the piles of stuff there, and of course we got some glowy skelly friends right there, so he should be really interesting. Very interesting to paint. Thanks, and of course, well, we got the latest video up on the Patreon page now. Again, that wasn't quite the video I was looking to do, but I'm glad that I was able to do that video on those kind of alternate skin tones there that don't involve Terra Rosa. Much as we love Terra Rosa, it's not necessarily that easy to find everywhere. You know what? That's chic. There's just some of our Prussian blue. That's more of a mid-tone. And doing that down a little, and then we got to get some lighter stuff going on up here. I just realized. Let me try some of this here. There we go. Add some more like it. Some of that over here too. Alright, blending brush again. David, it kind of depends if it fits on screen. I would like to be able to do that one on stream, because I don't think I'll have enough, well, what shall we say, slots for videos for that. So I was kind of hoping to paint that on stream, but it may end up being something that I paint as a multiple episode arc. But my original intention was like the Cetra, Chariot, right? You saw that. Now, he was a much lower profile than the dragon, so that made it possible. So we'll see. Again, it would be really nifty if that worked out so that we could paint him up on stream too. Now, of course, David, happy Wednesday. I hope that your Wednesday is going to be going really fantastic. Of course. Let me try and few little bits of light over here. Again, this is our that's the bulletin board cork right there. I'll lighten you guys up over here. So again, a lot of this stuff, these are just leftover pieces, and well, in here you can kind of see how that is, right? Again, we got the plastic card there, then the bulletin board cork, and then the Egyptian themed texture roller. Okay, nope, I'm not even gonna throw that light there. I am gonna get some light on the skelly friend here though, so I can actually reach through that little gap and get all the way to our little skelly friend, and then we'll take our blending brush here and take some of the crazy edges off of what we just did in there. No. I'm gonna go over here to this green again. I see we need to redo some of our light on this helmet here. So Dave, I hope that everything is going really well. Yeah, fine, we'll do that over there. See if I can sneak this brush into here. I can. So that I can perhaps, yes, I think I can get a little bit of light on the shoulders there. Again, I'm just going to chuck that on there. We'll grab this blending brush, and then we'll just do this little bit of tap, 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 spread that around. This is why we don't really have to do the sub-assembly thing, because for the amount of shading that really should be on this guy, that is good enough. There really shouldn't be a whole ton of shading on him. Now I'm going to go back to something that's a bit lighter here too. There's some metal things also that I was hoping to get some lights on. Ooh, that's all too much. Alright, well, can take that away with the blending brush. This part of our skelly needs to get a little bit lighter, I think. I might have done those. I'll have to look and see if I did those with the kind of a red or something like that on the other Chariot. I mean, at this point now we have two of them, right, that we can look at and use as color guides. And see what I can do on his collar over here. We get some of the right here. Let's get some of that yellow fired up into there too. At least just a little bit of it. Let's see if we can get that edge lighter there, also up there. And then out along here too, because that had gotten sort of dark. Now this, now his collar. See how that starts to stand out a bit more now? We never really did get the lightest blue on that. Alright, let's some of the radiant blue. It's mixed with some of the, no, that's gonna be too light, so I'm gonna go over here to the Prussian blue. Like maybe a little more of the lighter stuff here. So yeah, David painting, there's a lot of stuff going on with that base. Right, we even have a little casualty form, a little buddy laying around on that base too. Like I said, we have some flaming skulls too. I'm gonna see if I can't get a little bit more of my lighter blue on that side, and then maybe highlight up there. Nah, that's too much over here. So yeah, David paint. Oh, where is it? Here it is. So this was our Thursday stream here, and again, it's just hot press illustration board. And it's just a Crescent is the name of it. If they have Crescent, they should be able to get you. It's a little bit extra. It's a bit smoother. Cold press is very rough, and the hot press that is it's a much smoother surface. So that's pretty much the difference between them there. Glad that you were at least able to snag some of that. Now here, this is actually the Mars yellow mixed with some of our Hansa yellow. Well, that is nice and opaque there, I gotta say. It's sort of like Terra Rosa, but yellow. Which is, that's really nifty. Here, let me see if I can some of that along there, and maybe sneak some of that down into here. And some of that right there. It's about the best we can do. This also needs to be bit more of a yellow there, and that looks super light. It's actually, we can go lighter than that for sure. Thank you so much, Armored Wolf, for posting a link to the Patreon page. Again, I just posted the last video for January on the Patreon page. And again, that was another one of our color theory and oils episodes. Led off like we usually do with those episodes, with doing some color chart action. And then just painting a quick little figure. So here's the color chart right there. Again, using 4 of the Mars colors there, a little bit of the radiant violet and the brilliant yellow pale. And then we just did this figure again based on what we saw on the color chart. And we do an awful lot of that, again, as part of our color theory and oil series. I can't really do much. Oh, that's an area. Or I can make stuff a little bit lighter there, then take our blending brush to it to knock that down a little. There. Yeah, that might have to be another. I might go red with that. Yeah, I might just change that actually to more of a red over there. Yeah, let's do that. There's our brand new red that we've been playing around. That's the Perline Crimson. Thin that down a little bit more. There we are. Also going to tone that down, and then here we need to get some of that red over here and down over there. Yeah, sometimes, well, when in doubt, right? Sometimes just gotta make things darker. That's in the book of Wappel, of course. There's some of our Naphtol, Scarlet. That's a little bit warmer. There we go. The other stuff has got a little bit too much to the cooler side of things. Actually, I need to just get more thinner in that. And then it will stick to what we've got here. Okay, so that works a little bit better with that color change there. So David painting, actually illustration board. I've done all kinds of mediums on it. I think I've even done pastels on it, believe it or not. And actually I prefer it for the oils because, well, watercolors, having water, is very inclined to make that illustration board warp, right? Because of the water, but the oil paints aren't going to do that. So yeah, the illustration boards they work very well for the oils. And again, they don't have a whole ton of texture on them, but they have just a little bit, just kind of, well, enough. And I've been, well, we've done all of our color charts on those. We've all of our landscapes of Middle Earth. We're all done on those. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Try this again here. Now that should be more of a gold. So I'm going to wander over here to our Indian yellow. Yeah, that's not a glazy thing. We're just kind of doing a bit of a dry brush over this. A little bit there, then over there. Get some of that going there and there. Let's a little more. Roll down onto this tool. I think there's oh yeah, that's right. We wanted to hit those little rivets or whatever and make those lighter too. So just breaking down some of the fast matte white here. And yeah, let me see if I can sneak some of that back here. If it is too much, as always, we'll grab our blending brush. Now I do think we'll skip the blue there. We will put some of the lighter blue over here though. On this deal right there. Blending brush. So again, instead of having to try and layer that somehow, hashtag no layers. Hashtag no layers on that. And I'm going to try and get a little reflected light on the underside of that. See what we can do with this. So yeah, David painting, oh gosh, of course, I keep thinking, you know, when we were in art school and stuff, where that would be, and essentially there was a strong illustration section in all the art stores downtown because there was all the ad agencies right there. So lots of people needed illustration board, and of course hot press illustration board, that was probably the most common used in the advertising industry. And Also, David painting, I don't know. There's, and of course, Doji's not here, but it's Gerstecker. That is, I think you can. I don't think it's a physical store. I think it's online, right where you can order stuff there. And it's a Gerstecker. Was it GAE? Or is it GE? I think it's GAE. R and then ST. I think EAKE or something like that. Again, I'm trying to think of that spelling on the fly here. And I've been told that's a reasonably close pronunciation to what it actually is. So hopefully that's good enough for you. And maybe you might be able to find, again, that's where you could find some of the Williamsburg paints and the Gamlin paints too. Yeah, normally Doji's in the chat, and Doji can throw a link to that. Now this, I might still throw, fine, I'll just throw some rust down there. We're just going to take some of our Mars red over, actually, yeah, Mars red, a little bit of the Mars yellow in there too. So this is left over from the video that I was just shooting on Monday morning, so I'm just going to make use of it here. Alright, there we are. You know what, I might just, yes, I'm fine. I'm going to throw a little bit of rust here on the shield. I know it's a desert, right? Shouldn't be any rust. I'm just going to throw some there anyways. That we could, I'm going to just throw some of this orange on here, then we might need to get some more light on that. I think that's it. Yeah, maybe we'll get some more light on that. Let's try to sneak a little teensy bit of orange on there. Also, maybe on our little birdie down here. Where, yeah, there's my blending brush. Some of it there on his neck. Okay, there we go. Now that's a little better. Might throw some more darks over there. Some more of our orange on our gold stuff right there. Now let's get to a couple of the just Van Dyke Brown, I think. Keep it simple here on our skelly friends. Over here. And then something right there. Now for some of the lighter stuff here, because I'm not going to be sticking my finger on too many things now. And oh, well, we're 4 hours, 19 minutes in. Didn't even realize it. Thought we're still at 3.5 hours. So yes, 4 hours and 19 minutes ago, and at least a level 1 night train. We had nothing on here. No paint, just some primer, and that was it.